My name is Jason Morris, and I'm a yoga teacher here in YEG, Alberta, Edmonton, Alberta. I've been teaching for 8 years. I own a studio here and Lululemon ambassador, and I've been working on a workshop series for the last few years that I've been presenting at events and different festivals and stuff at Wanderlust, Balloon, all of those fun festivals here in Western Canada. My workshop series is about self-acceptance, building tribe, the community of yoga, and just learning to love yourself in the vessel that you've been given. All my workshops are aimed at having fun in yoga, going deep, being mindful of alignment, coming from a place of deep yoga philosophy, but at the same time all being very, very accessible and digestible to the Western practitioner. So these workshops that I'm putting together for Wanderlust Whistler are 5 workshops that I have spent a lot of time thinking about, working with different yogis and psychologists and other people who have inspired kind of my thoughts and my yoga to create 5 really different workshops for you. Some are going to be fun, some are going to be really introspective, deep, strong practices, vinyasas, inversions, all that fun stuff, all from a place of alignment, rooted in deep yoga philosophy, and rooted in that joyful, childlike sense of fun and exploration. So one of the first workshops I put together was Nada Mukti, or Dance of Liberation. It is an exploration of movement and yoga together. If you think about all the societies of the world from early man to now, one of the common threads of short storytelling, of helping that tribe, building that tribe, is dance. Dance is also extremely freeing for the physical body and for the soul. If you look at some of the tribes that you see in Africa or tribal dance, it actually can take you into a transcendent state. So dancing can really free you from the avidyas, the kleshas, the poisons of the mind by setting your soul and your body free. So Nada Mukti is an exploration of movement, and it's not a dance class. You don't have to be a professional dancer. You don't have to worry about being able to move. But it is bringing you in, getting you to do some free movement to free the soul, and then we go into the yoga practice. The practice then is much freer, you're much more connected, and it is a hell of a lot of fun. It's always done to contemporary music, to fun beats, and it's just going to lift and free your soul. So workshop number 2, Open Hands, Warm Hearts, is an exploration of the idea of privilege. Every one of us has been afforded some sort of privilege in our lives. If we're doing yoga and we're on the mat, that usually means that we have a little bit of money, we have a little bit of extra time, we have the resources to do this interpersonal work. When a lot of the world, 90-some% of the world, probably doesn't have the ability to do this. So through this practice, it recognizes your story, what you've gone through, and if you're privileged, remaining grateful rather than entitled. For those of you who have had struggles, it's a chance for you to remind yourself to be grateful and not always look for what you could have, but remember what you do have. So through this practice as well, we're going to look at all the different races of the world, gender. We're going to honor sexuality, age, body shape. So through this practice, we're going to lift everyone's story up. So workshop number 3, Silencing the Inner Critic. So this workshop, Silencing the Inner Critic, is a much deeper practice. We'll be working through restorative yoga. It is going to be asking you to look within, and every one of us has that inner voice that consistently tells us that we're not right, that we're not worthy, that we're not good enough. And in yoga we call that the klesha, or poisons of the mind. This is your opportunity to look within, find that voice, and change those negative words into more positive affirmations. So this will be a deep exploration through word, through journaling, through the practice of yoga, about how we can turn off the negative and in turn turn on the positive. Workshop number 4 is Honey Vinyasa. This is a really fun, more intermediate advanced practice. This is exploring the moments between the poses. Every one of us, when we get into a pose, we can find stillness, we're able to hold the pose, but very rarely do we ever really explore the moments in between the postures. So this practice is going to slow down the vinyasas, and we're going to explore all those little moments that you can have in between, where we can challenge strength, we can challenge our ability to stay present in the body as we're doing the vinyasa practice, and challenge some floating ideas, inversions, stronger poses, arm balancing, all while staying completely connected so that we are aware of the inner sensations and we're able to move through them with grace, just like how the practice itself will feel very graceful with these slow movements. So workshop number 5 is Art of Transitions. This practice is for the yoga teacher or those who have really strong personal practice. And it's about finding the creativity of your personal practice again, or creativity for the classes that you're putting together for your students. So that you're not always going in and giving the same movement, you're not always giving the same ideas, but you're consistently challenging yourself to create new and interesting ideas on the mat, new and interesting movements or sequences, so that your students are consistently challenged and taken away from their compensation patterns or their habits and moved towards that edge so that they can explore the new realms of yoga, the new realms of themselves, push themselves forward down their path. Through this practice as well, we will be sharing and creating our own creative sequences. And at the end of the practice, we're going to be presenting it for the group so that then we can walk away with this really big, well-rounded vocabulary, poses, sequences that we can then share with our students. Because you're not always going to be able to come up with everything on your own. Sometimes you're going to get really inspired by something that someone else does. So this is a chance for us to just communally create this big mixing bowl of yoga.